Why is it so hard to get your music placed in TV and film? So this is one of the questions that comes up once in a while, with some of our clients when we produce music for them. And I thought I would sort of put it into a metaphor and something that everyone can relate to. So you get a little bit of a window into this mind of a music supervisor. Basically, if you think about all of the companies out there who are marketing to you, trying to sell you products or services, they're using billboards, they're using banner ads on your browser, you're getting spammed, there's magazines, there's TV, it goes on, skywriting. They're all competing, all vying for your attention. And one of the things that we do is we filter all of these things out normally. All these companies are spending all of this money, and the things that sort of have an effect upon whether we buy or not are the following. So one is going to be the timing. So if you're, for example, looking for a car, you're going to notice every car ad out there, and you start doing research online, and they're going to, advertise to you online. When you aren't looking for a car, you're not noticing any of this stuff. You're just filtering it subconsciously. You drive by that billboard, and the company pays for it, but you're just sort of, you don't have time to absorb every ad. And so finally, when you're buying a car, you've got the element of timing, and then they start competing on things like, price, quality, style. So they get their wares in front of you, and you sort of make a decision whether you want to get this car or that car based on certain things. And so all of these, this marketing world out there is really similar. If you imagine that all of that marketing are songs and you're a music supervisor instead of a car buyer, you start to get an idea of what music supervision is about. You've got all these people trying to push their songs for a very limited number of parts in TV and film. And so for a supervisor, what they're doing, they're constantly filtering. They're human. Just like we are, they're reacting to it just the way we react to marketing. And so there's the element of timing, which is the same as when you're about to buy a car. You can have the best song in the world, but if you don't have the right song, or they're working on, something to do with family sitcoms, you're not even a contender. It's irrelevant. And then there's the other element of sort of the quality cost thing. If you are willing to let your song go for, nothing, or maybe $1,000 or something like that, you're going to stand a better chance of getting picked immediately. But that, of course, depends a lot on the production and if you have an established song or not, and so on. So, and then of course there's the quality. So instead of, you're looking at a car and you decide, well, this car is going to be a better car, your song has to stand up to, some of the best that's out there, because they're placing classic songs sometimes in commercials or in TV shows and in movies. Does your song have the quality that it needs to be able to compete? And so already you've got a number of hoops that you've got to jump through, the same way that these marketers are jumping through hoops trying to get you to buy their products. So the lessons that can really be taken from this is that, first off, it's timing. So you've got to have the right thing at the right time. And there are ways of finding out what supervisors are looking for when they're looking for them. And I can get into that in another video. The other element is, quality. You've got to stand up to the at least be as good and hopefully better than the rest. And then the third thing is branding. So the same way that the car company, when they advertise to you, and maybe you had a certain brand before, you're far more likely to buy that same brand, especially if you had a great experience with it. And that old saying, what's a Chevy man or a Ford man? The same thing. It's the same thing with music, placing your songs in TV and film. Is if you have a relationship or you have a repertoire of music that's already been placed, a reputation, they know they can trust that, and they can just pick up the phone and call you and sort of place your music. Now, most of us don't have the opportunity to get these types of relationships. So it's always a great idea if you've got the right material and enough of it and you know the timing of it, is get yourself hooked up with a great song plugger. Somebody who has those relationships, they don't accept everybody, but if they think that you're a quality writer and you have great recordings, they'll take your music and they're on the first call list to these supervisors. And you'll have a much better chance of getting your music placed in TV or film. I hope this helps, and happy recording.